I just found out my husband and sister have been hiding something from me for 10 years. I feel like a background character in my own life. I, 34F, have been married to my husband, Jason, 36M, for almost 9 years, together for 12. We have 2 kids, 6M and 4F. I thought we had a solid relationship. Not perfect, but safe, stable, affectionate. My younger sister, Kayla, 32F, and I have always been close. I basically raised her after our mom passed away when we were teenagers. She lived with me when she was in college. Jason and I helped her out financially when she struggled. She's my best friend. Or was. 2 weeks ago, Kayla got really drunk at a family barbecue. It was just close friends and family. At one point, she was inside with my husband while I was outside with the kids. I came in to get something from the kitchen and I heard them arguing in low voices. Her voice cracked as she said, "I gave everything up for you. The least you could do is admit you feel the same." Everything in me froze. I quietly stepped back and waited. I didn't confront them. I don't know why. I just suddenly needed to know more before I said anything. Later that night, I told Jason I wasn't feeling well and went to bed early. I pretended to sleep. He got up around 2 a.m. and took a phone call outside. I recorded the conversation. I've never done anything like that before. I still feel sick about it. Here's a snippet of what I heard. "She doesn't know. She'll never know unless you lose control again. I kept my end of the deal, Jason. I didn't tell her. I let you go. I left. I couldn't breathe." The next day, I went through some of Jason's old emails. I had his password. We share everything, or so I thought. I found a draft folder full of unsent emails. Some were to me. Some were to Kayla. Some were love letters. Most were dated from 11 to 10 years ago. One said, "I wish things were different. But you're right. She's the safer choice. You're the right one, but she's the easy one. God forgive me." It hit me like a truck. Jason and Kayla were in love. Before me, during me, maybe even now. I confronted them separately. Kayla broke down. She admitted they dated briefly in college, but he chose me. She said they tried to stay apart after he proposed, but they never really stopped loving each other. She claims they haven't physically cheated, that their thing ended a decade ago, but they remained close. My sister, my blood, helped plan my wedding while apparently nursing a broken heart over the groom. Jason didn't deny any of it. He said it was ancient history, and I'm the one he chose. He said, "People don't always end up with their soulmates. They end up with the one they can build a life with." That sentence broke me. I asked him if he still loved her. He didn't answer, just stared at the floor. I feel like I'm living someone else's life. I don't even know how to explain this to our kids one day. I'm not sure I can forgive either of them. I told them both I need space. I've taken the kids to my parents for now. No one else in the family knows. I don't know what to do. Update 1. 4 days later. Thanks for all the comments and DMs. I've been reading through them while the kids are asleep. I confronted my sister again. She finally admitted they kissed one time after my engagement. She swore that was the last physical contact. She said she wanted to tell me for years, but didn't want to destroy my family. Jason is begging me to go to marriage counseling. He wrote me a 5-page letter. I read it. It said he doesn't feel that way about her anymore, and that we built a real life, while he and Kayla were just a fantasy. I don't know what to believe. It almost hurts more to know they didn't cheat physically, because the emotional betrayal feels so much deeper. I don't know if I'll ever feel safe around either of them again. Update 2. 2 weeks later, I've started individual therapy. Jason and I are in couples therapy. I told him I don't forgive him. I'm here for the kids. For now, I'm not ready to make any final decisions. But I've told Kayla that I need to go no contact. She said she understands and is planning to move out of state. Part of me still wants to scream at both of them every day, but another part of me is just numb. This doesn't feel like healing. It feels like survival. Update 3. 6 weeks later, I'm still in therapy. I'm still living at my parents' house with the kids. Jason sees them every other weekend. We're trying to keep their routines normal. They're too young to understand anything beyond. Mommy and Daddy need some space. I finally told my older brother what happened. He was furious. Said he always had a weird feeling about Jason and Kayla. He didn't say anything back then because, in his words, "You were finally happy." I've had time to really sit with what happened, to understand that I wasn't chosen, I was settled for. I spent almost a decade being Plan B without even knowing. Jason keeps texting me every few days, updates about the kids, links to therapy resources, even articles about rebuilding trust. I can tell he's trying, but I can't ignore that the trying only started after he got caught. As for Kayla, I haven't responded to her last message. She said she's leaving for Oregon next month. She wanted to apologize in person. I can't do that. Not yet. Sometimes, I catch myself missing her. She was my best friend. She knew everything about me, except how to love me back. Update 4, 3 months later, a lot has changed. I filed for separation officially last week. I'm not rushing a divorce, mostly because we're still working out parenting schedules and finances. But emotionally, I've let go. The turning point? I realized I didn't even want him back. I just didn't want to lose the life I thought I had. But that life wasn't real. Jason broke down in our last therapy session. He said, "I don't think I ever knew what I wanted. I thought I could fake it until it became real." And I told him, "You did. You faked it. And it did become real for me." That was the first time I saw guilt in his eyes that actually looked like grief. The hardest part hasn't been losing him or Kayla. It's been grieving the version of my life that only existed in my head. I've started journaling. I go on walks again. I even had a conversation with a stranger at a bookstore the other day. Not romantic, just me being me, without being someone's wife or someone's sister. Final update. 1 year later, I'm divorced now. I have a small apartment. The kids have a bunk bed and glow-in-the-dark stars on the ceiling. I painted them myself. Jason and I co-parent well. We're not friends, but we're civil. I've come to terms with the fact that he isn't a villain. He's just a deeply flawed man who never fully grew up. But that's not my problem anymore. Kayla stayed in Oregon. She sent a letter a few months ago. I haven't opened it. I might. One day. But not today. Today, I woke up to my son singing in the bathroom, my daughter asking for pancakes shaped like dinosaurs, and sunlight hitting the kitchen window in just the right way. For the first time in a very long time, I don't feel like a background character in my own life. I'm the main one now, and I'm just getting started.